Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another episode of your favorite show. Who gave you a podcast?
Who gave us, who gave anybody a podcast?
Who gave anybody a podcast, man? We are back with another episode. It's a blessing to be here. Happy Juneteenth to everybody that's out there.
All that.
Man, so we're episode 3. If you haven't got tired of us yet, I'm telling you, it's only going to get worse from here.
Facts. It's only up from here, y'all.
Yeah.
So appreciate the support.
Yeah.
Appreciate the hate. We appreciate all that.
All of it, man. We lit up your timelines and your YouTube views and streets last time. So, man, listen, these are our opinions. These views and opinions and beliefs are all from J-Red and CJ.
That's it.
That's it. Feel free to chime in, comment, and all that other stuff, man. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, which is Who Gave You a Podcast on YouTube.
That's it, man. And make sure, leave a comment. If you're new here, we read comments at the end of the show.
Yep.
We pick our favorite pieces of hate mail and read them at the end. But if you want to show love, feel free to do that too, though.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
So, man, let's go ahead and get into it, man. So the hottest thing in these streets right now that's going on is Pusha T.
Okay.
So Pusha T and No Malice, they have a new album coming out called Let God Sort 'Em Out.
Absolutely.
July 11th, I want to say.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
But the thing that has a lot of people talking right now is Pusha T dissing Travis Scott.
Yeah, on the new single.
So Be It.
Yep.
Dope song.
No, the song is fire.
Dope song, dope beat. The
Beat
first single
fire.
they put out, Ace Trumpets, that's lit.
Yeah, that's hard.
Pharrell is in his bag, because from my understanding, Pharrell is doing all the production on it.
Absolutely.
It sounds refreshing to hear some just straight, just rap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
agreed.
So, but the thing that catches everybody's attention right now is the whole Pusha T going at Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Did you look into that and just see what transpired from it and like how it happened?
Yeah, Push is on a small promo tour right now for the album, obviously. Him and Malice, No Malice.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that Travis played them a song off of Utopia that featured Drake, but Drake wasn't on the song yet. Or he stopped the song before it got to Drake's part, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
And of course, we know Drake threw shots at Pharrell.
About the chain, the melting the chain.
All of that. So, according to some people, DJ Academics or other people on Twitter who know everything,
right?
The verse was not sent in yet.
Okay.
So he played what he had, and then it turns out. Now, could he have given him the heads up after he received the verse? Probably. Maybe. That's kind of what I know. Listen, Pusha T is one age group. Travis Scott is another age group.
Because Travis Scott is like early 30s.
Early 30s, super early 30s.
Right.
Pusha T is a grown man with a family.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a generation who probably is looking like, why you just didn't hit me and say, hey, I know I played this for you earlier.
Right.
But so-and-so hopped on, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right, exactly.
Travis Scott probably don't even remember playing this shit for him, bro.
Okay.
How fast he's moving, and he may move by just a different set of rules, and it may not have been any malice, no pun intended, behind it. So I don't know. What do you think? You think he did it on purpose?
No, I think that he don't remember. I think that Travis Scott be on pills and stuff just like everybody else, allegedly.
Coke.
I mean, I'm going to just say this. If people do mosh pits at your concert, more than likely you're a drug addict. More than likely you dibble and dab in all the expensive drugs that...
The designer drugs.
The designer drugs, as you would just said. But yeah, I think this is corny from Pusha T.
Ooh.
I think it's corny. I said this on my Res View episode.
No doubt.
Which I have to check it out, youtube.com/ResView.
Most definitely.
But I think it's a corny move, man. I think it's a way to promote the Clipse album.
Yeah.
I don't think that the Clipse album actually needed this type of promotion because it goes along the lines of, okay, Pusha T got an album coming out. He has to diss somebody. Now, his only saving grace is he didn't diss anybody on It's Dry. It's Almost Dry.
Right, true. No, he didn't.
That was just straight rap, right? He had a Jay-Z feature on there and stuff like that. It was a pretty dope album.
Yeah.
Before that, he did the Daytona, the album, and then did Infrared, called out Drake, all this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it goes along the line. And then the other thing is, like in the rhyme, I'm I can't think of a verbatim, but he said something like, "You cried in front of your bitch" or whatever like that.
You cried in front of me.
In front of me.
I got the tape and all that.
Yeah, the tape and all that. So it's like, okay, now you're helping push that narrative that Pusha T, T-E-A, because that's what happened when he beat Drake in the battle. All the Drake stands at the time were just, oh my God, he had to leak information and all that.
It was on some rumor mill shit.
Yeah, so it's like, that rhyme, I wasn't feeling that. And then my other point, Travis Scott isn't a rapper.
True, he's an artist.
He's an artist.
Facts.
Shout out to DJ PM, because I said hip hop artist at first. He said I wouldn't even say hip hop artist. He's an artist that has hip hop elements in it.
That's fair.
So I said, I was like, if you look at, because I almost will put Future in the category. However, Future is hip hop. Because Future has hip hop beats, Future does more hip hop features. There's not mosh pits going on at Future concerts.
And then Travis Scott is also a producer as well.
Yeah, so and an engineer.
And so he's kind of a different being in himself.
Right.
Now, but let me ask you this, because I hear the argument of, oh, he's using beef to sell records or to get attention and clout and this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. But this is not a new thing. This is not a new 2025 thing. If you go back and look, people address, especially when you're someone like a Pusha T who doesn't do interviews traditionally unless they're on a promo run. Usually people don't do interviews unless they're on a promo run. Traditionally.
Okay.
Now in the new day and age where there's podcasts and things like that, and now you kind of in social media, you kind of always got to be on. But Pusha T and Malice aren't the type of cats that are always on. You don't always see them like that, at least talking.
True.
So they come from a different generation. And back then, if we're talking late 90s, early 2000s, people addressed beef on records. They didn't put out Lucy's.
Okay.
They didn't put out, you know what I mean? You go listen to Blueprint 2, Jay responded to Nas on Blueprint 2.
Okay.
Blueprint Takeover is on the album. They're not Lucy's. Now, he did, to be fair, to kind of go against my point a little bit, he did drop Super Ugly as a Lucy against Nas, which was kind of, but Ether was on Stillmatic. Like disc records were on albums. They were on projects. They weren't just, we've been spoiled a little bit with Drake and Kendrick, where niggas was just, you can upload them on at a whim on YouTube.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna say he's using it as clout. He's just using the body of work to address all the shit that he wants to address that's happened since the last album.
Well, you know what? You got me on that. he got me on that one. Okay.
To be fair, you know what I'm saying?
To be fair, yeah. Now, I didn't hear it from that perspective. I guess I just been looking at the timeline. Like when I saw it, like you said, Drake versus Kendrick. Well, Pusha T started this whole thing of leaking information about somebody. But now that you're saying this, back in the day, you're right.
Facts.
Anything that you had, you didn't do gossip stuff, and he's doing an interview based off of the record that he did. Keep putting it on wax.
Exactly.
That's true. That's an artistic expression.
And people are saying they're fucking with the rollout because this feels like a throwback rollout. It feels like they're giving the DJs this drops.
Funkmaster Flex did the thing.
That's throwback as opposed to a streamer.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean, which is what people are kind of doing nowadays.
Yeah.
They're giving like an old school rollout, and addressing beef on an album is an old school rollout. Now traditionally it's not on the single though. Like normally, this would have probably been on like number 6.
This ain't even on the streaming platforms though.
That song ain't on streaming?
Nah.
Yeah, well the
video's out, but it's not on the song ain't on streaming platforms.
Okay.
I guess they wait until the album dropped. Now Ace Trumpets is on streaming platforms.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, but you make a good argument. Okay, I might have to retract my statement.
What I do, man.
Okay, yeah, he got me on that, but. For 2025, it does feel like
cloutish. It feels cloutish.
But my whole reason behind it too, like you said, but you explain, old school, new school way of doing it. I don't think that, dissing Travis Scott, in my opinion, it's not anything to grab your popcorn for. Travis Scott, we're not about to see a Travis Scott versus Pusha T thing.
Bun B said he was going to
say something. Saw that, man. Everybody trashed Bun B for that. Bun B, sit down, bro. Everybody was trashing. He told us he from Houston. I'm like, bro, shut up. I can't stand when niggas be saying where they from. Like, shit, there ain't no hoods in Nashville. There ain't no hoods in Mobile. There ain't no hoods in Compton, bro. A hood is a damn hood.
Yeah, and Travis Scott's not a battle rapper.
He's not a rapper.
He can be from wherever he wants. He can be from Brooklyn. He can be from the birthplace of hip hop. He can be from wherever he wants to be from. that's not his style. That's not his MO.
No.
So if he wasn't to say nothing, no one would be like, where's the response?
Right.
Nobody's
expecting that no response.
Now if he does, I don't. Then what would it even sound like?
I could hear Future taking shots at somebody. I can't think of like Travis Scott doing a diss bar.
Yeah, it wouldn't even.
Like, cause he don't rap.
It wouldn't sound right.
Nah,
it wouldn't
not
even
at
make
all.
sense. Now I will say, Pusha T is conveniently ignoring Jim Jones. 'Cause Jim Jones sent shots at him.
The whole
Some decently effective shots, by the way. And he is ignoring him and going to Travis Scott.
Now I ain't gonna lie, I do. It's real strange that Pusha, but I think he knows what the thing is. Jim Jones wants a Drake feature. He's been wanting a Drake feature for the last 3-4 years. That's why he
honorary Dipset, baby. Let's go.
It's
Six God.
He been wanting it so bad. Speaking of Six God, we're gonna get to that in a second. But altogether, I stand corrected. I think I retract my statement.
You'll hear many of those coming up on episodes, guys.
Not true.
This will be the first of many.
Not true. But that's a different way to look at it. So I'm not mad at that. Pusha, CJ saved you on this. All right. So speaking about the Six God,
I see you, boy.
Is
Iceman.
Is Kendrick Lamar the new Six God?
No, stop.
And the reason I'm saying that, shout out to Kendrick Lamar. I got my tour merch on. The reason I'm saying that is because I know you all witnessed it and CJ witnessed it. And this is CJ's reaction that we're gonna do. Hopefully the camera does a close up on his face right now. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because Kendrick Lamar had a concert, a part of the GNX tour that made a stop in Atlanta. I said Atlanta. Right. He did come to Atlanta. He made a stop in Toronto for 2 nights, him and SZA. And all we were waiting on is to see, for one, if he was going to do Not Like Us. 2, afterwards, how he would be treated while he was in Canada.
Right.
Now, what happened? The city of Toronto showed up for both nights, sold out. And they asked for an encore of Not Like Us. And I think that was messed up. I think that the people of Toronto should be very ashamed of themselves for what Drake has done for the city. But it shows you one thing, CJ, that fans are fickle. What is your reaction to that? Because to me, coming to someone's hometown, and it's not like it's at a little club or like a small arena. This was at a stadium,
a venue,
somewhere like a real one with a what team is that?
Was it Blue Jays?
Jays, Rogers Stadium, right?
Yeah, Blue Jays.
Drake has never done a stadium like in his hometown, right? This is Kendrick's first time doing stadiums too. But the fact that your op came to your hometown, did a diss song, and they asked for an encore. Come on, man.
It's not that deep. We're making a mountain out of a molehill, y'all.
Well, okay. What's not deep about that?
No one was wondering, is he going to do Not Like Us? It's his biggest song.
Well, we knew he was going to do it, but we didn't know the crowd was going to ask for an encore.
Man, they asked for that shit. It's an extra bit of sauce.
Who else asked for that?
But what I'm saying is, Toronto is a big-ass city, and people I'm sure people traveled from nearby to go to see it.
Here come the excuses.
So you're gonna have Kendrick fans in Toronto. We act like Kendrick not a big act. He was part of the big 3 for a reason. He's got fans everywhere.
It ain't no more big 3. It's just big him.
Oh my God.
It ain't. I'm just saying. Listen, he came to Atlanta. I was there. We didn't ask for an encore for Not Like Us.
Because it's not Toronto. It's different. Trust me. Drake goes to LA. They're gonna ask for an encore for Family Matters. Know that.
Why would he? You don't perform the losing song.
That's the best song of the beef.
No, it's not.
That's the best song of the beef.
How come it's not on the charts anymore?
There's no hook.
It didn't last.
There's no hook.
There's a lot of songs that be on the Euphoria didn't have no hook.
And it didn't last on the charts.
Yes, it did. What are you talking about?
Not longer than Family Matters.
Yes, the fucking did.
Nah, that's dick riding.
What are you talking about?
Payola.
It even had a resurgence after the Super Bowl performance.
Payola. Okay. Well, that's going to happen after the Super Bowl.
Oh, Lord. How about Family Matters wasn't as good as y'all thought that it was?
Oh, no, that shit hard.
Okay. If it was hard, listen, hold on, because Drake has a lot of streams, right?
Of course.
He's the most streamed artist on Spotify.
He's the number 1 stream artist.
So why wasn't Family Matters?
I don't know.
No.
It got suppressed. But I said he lost the chess game. I said he lost the chess game.
You said he lost the chess game?
When he dropped Meet the
Part
Grams.
Oh, you said when Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams.
When he dropped that on top of
Okay.
That suppressed Family Matters. That was a smart play. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
That song is terrible, but it was a smart play.
It took the juice out of Family
it sucked the life out of Family Matters. In fact, that was smart as fuck, actually.
Okay.
Drop a mid song on top of a banger.
It wasn't mid.
To make people act like they, because you're gonna get the oohs and the ahs from the timing more than you are the oohs and the ahs from the song. Where's the daughter?
And listen, I agree that Family Matters was one of the best songs of the disc. The best. It was not. No, clearly. We're still. Who's asking for an encore at whose concert now?
When Drake goes to L.A. One more time.
First of all,
when Drake goes to Philly, they're gonna ask back to back twice. Like it's not. This isn't deep.
Ain't nobody about to ask for no damn Family Matters in no Compton or L.A. in general. Nobody want to hear no damn Family Matters. That's why nobody's streaming it like that.
When Drake has OVO Fest in Toronto later this year,
he's gonna move it. Because he's upset. He's a Scorpio. Drake is not doing. He's gonna move that shit to Houston. You can't sit here and tell me that Drake isn't bothered by this. I know he's bothered by it because he called the who's that dude?
Yeah, your boy.
The political dude. What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Yeah.
But I saw that.
Yeah,
he called him out.
He called him out, called him a clown.
Yeah.
Yes, any human being will be bothered by that. Any human
Slightly
being.
annoyed.
What the fuck you mean slightly?
Slightly annoyed.
If somebody came to Nashville and the song is calling you a pedophile, you mean to goddamn tell me you? Come on, get the all right.
Fam, it's been on the Super Bowl, bro. Nobody, there's nothing larger than that. There is things larger than that, but I'm saying, relatively speaking, doing that song in the hometown, you have to anticipate shit like that. You have to. Listen. If you have high emotional intelligence, a high EQ, I just learned about this not too long ago.
Well, I can
you have to anticipate that shit.
Kendrick Lamar is the new 6th guy, and this is what I'll say too. This should conclude everything from last summer because the last big moment, the big ooh-ah, was to see if he was going to perform it in his hometown. He did. They asked for an encore. Kendrick got what he wanted.
So now we can stop talking about it.
Yes, I hope so. Now I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired of comparing it. Like shout out to Iceman when it drops. I hope, listen,
we'll
CJ,
tap in.
I really hope Drake don't address anything else. I want him to continue just to be Drake.
I agree. I want them to stop addressing each other.
I'm tired of it at this point.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
It's exhausting. People keep throwing stuff out there. I want Iceman to come out and just.
But you got to remember, we're gonna get the Clipse album first, and Kendrick is on there.
But he's not dissing Drake.
Allegedly. There's no name dropping.
Okay.
But we know that there's no name dropping, but there's gonna be perceived. That's gonna be like that to the end of time, man.
Unfortunately, I'm just ready for it not to be the main topic of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping Drake just don't take shots. I really want Drake just to make music.
Yeah,
at this point, you know,
I want both of them to do that.
Yeah, after this point, I think Toronto concludes that.
That's
but anyway, something else happened recently. Okay. So Lil Wayne, the legendary Lil Wayne, dropped the Carter 6.
He did.
It was heavily bashed online. A lot of people mixed. What timeline do you have? All I'm talking about from like people in the industry would talk. It felt uncomfortable, to be honest.
That's the algorithm, though.
No, but I'm talking about producer. What's his name? Who did the song with Drake and Future recently? Wait for You. Who did that?
Oh, I know who you.
ATL Jacob.
Yeah.
He called it out. He was like, "Bruh,
he just need production."
And I was like, "Damn!" And he's a relevant producer and just came out and said that was a bad look. You usually don't see nothing like that.
That's true.
You know,
not for a legend.
Not for a legend.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just uncomfortable. Everybody was bashing it. Now, my opinion about the project, I don't think it was trash.
Mid, so, good, not great?
It wasn't good.
Okay.
But it wasn't trash.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, I went into it with a different lens because I'm seeing it because I know what to expect from Wayne. So I was actually surprised that a couple of the songs were knocks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
What did you think about it?
It was supreme mid. I'm talking about Super Bowl mid. Bro, Wayne committed a cardinal sin that no rapper, much less a living legend, should do in 2025, which was have bad production.
What was bad about the production?
But the Peanuts to Elephants
beat, that was trash.
That's one of the worst beats I've ever heard on an A-lister, or at least I used to be an A-lister's album. That shit is terrible.
What about,
with all due respect to whoever made it?
But I kept seeing people talk about the production.
It's bad. The production is bad, bro. And what I mean by production, I'm not even just talking necessarily beats.
Okay.
I'm saying there's no world building. what makes the Carter 1 and the Carter 2 so special is that there's world building. It's got the walk in, the walk out, the fly in, fly out, where he's going. Like, there's an actual theme to it. It made sense. Now, we let this shit slide with Carter 3, because Carter 3 is all over the place with just really a random collection of songs. They're just really good songs.
You ready for my quiet part out loud right now?
Oh, is it Carter 3? What is it?
Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne fell off artistically after Carter 2.
Oh, no. We're gonna
He fell off artistically.
We got to save that.
Save it?
We're
Okay.
gonna time out for that.
Okay.
We're going to wrap the Carter 6 review.
Okay.
But I've got something for that.
Okay.
But I will say, after Carter 2, he definitely stopped building like an actual body of work.
Yeah,
They've been a
absolutely.
collection of songs.
Absolutely.
So this one is no different. They're just a collection of bad songs. Like even with the one I like with my boy Big X, who I thought saved it, but Wayne wasn't talking about shit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, the hook
is fire.
was fire. The beat was fire. You didn't like the beat?
The beat was nice. It could be better though.
But Lil Wayne got on there not rapping about it.
He wasn't talking about
thing.
shit. He
It was
wasn't talking about
bad.
shit.
It was bad. And it make you not want to listen to the song
I
because of how
agree.
bad it was.
And then he had his mans on there. I know he just went to Apple Music and announced his new Young Money roster and all of this shit. So the guy that's on that
Jay
song,
Jones,
yeah,
yeah.
he's one of the guys on the new roster. Bro, if I EP, matter of fact, I'll save that for the quiet part out loud. But, ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
But I think the album was mid. It wasn't garbage, but it's of someone of his stature. You expect more, and then you put the Carter name on it. You put the series on it. The series is highly touted.
But y'all keep talking. I keep hearing people say that there hasn't really been a good Carter since. Technically, if you want to say Carter 3,
No,
Carter 4 wasn't good.
What?
Carter 5 wasn't really that good. Carter 5 was the. What's the difference between Carter 5 and Carter 6? Please tell me this.
It's got Uproar with Swizz, and it's got
That was a good song.
That was a good song. Yeah, you're a DJ. That's a good song.
No, it wasn't.
People girls like that song.
Who? What girls do you know?
Really
White
matters.
girls?
Maybe.
I can't name you places where I went and Uproar.
I've heard that before. I've heard that song outside, bro.
Uproar?
I swear.
Wow.
Not today, but I'm saying when it came out. And then they had this. And then he had the song with the Kendrick joint, the
Lamar.
Mona Lisa
I
joint.
mean, that was cool.
Nah, that song is fire.
I mean, it was a cool song, but
That
what?
song is
Who talks
fire.
about Carter? Like, it was all over the place.
No, it was definitely all over the place. It
Okay.
was 23 tracks, way too many songs.
Right.
Trust me, that was also mid at best.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
like,
it was mid.
that's all. Because I'm like, did y'all not hear Carter 5?
Yeah, Carter 5 was mid at best.
Okay.
For sure. But that was also 6-7 years ago, so people kind of forgotten that it was mid.
Because I remember it came out, had a strong first week, but it was because it hadn't been released and all the
pushbacks
he did
and
like
delays.
4 years of like promo for it.
Yeah.
So it came and went. I mean,
It did.
You know, so that's why I was saying, I'm like, did y'all niggas not?
I like that Don't Cry with XXX on there too. That shit hard.
Yeah, I was cool off of Carter 5.
But it's not that good though. Let's be
not.
very clear. And so my expectations for 6 were relatively low, and they still didn't meet it.
Damn. Mine was
And I fuck with Wayne too.
Yeah.
But my quiet part out loud, we'll say that for that segment, I'm going to say what he could do or what he should do. Like if I had a chance to talk to him, I could give him the game for a classic. Easy.
A classic.
A classic.
Okay. Well, let me do my quiet part out loud.
Okay, let's do it.
So let's do it
Go.
officially. Quiet part out loud. All right. Lil Wayne artistically fell off after the Carter 2. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because what you said, the Carter 1 and Carter 2 felt like a what? Body of work.
Facts.
If you go back, because I went back and listened to it just for my own research again, because I bought those. I didn't buy Carter 3. Want to know why? Because Wayne just started rapping about random shit. It felt like, okay, Carter 1 felt like he had something to prove. He's like, okay,
Sure.
this is a new style I'm trying. I remember when I heard you ain't bout it, bust you like popsicle, or what is it, squeeze you like pimples pop. I forgot what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said all that. When I remember hearing BM Jr.
He went crazy.
It was just and I was listening to it in the gym, and I'm like, this is why. I remember
snapped.
when Hurricane Katrina came through, and I had my portable CD player, and the lights was out. I was listening to that whole album.
Yeah.
And it was like, damn, Lil Wayne is coming from the intercontinental position. He trying to go for the heavyweight.
Facts.
Carter 2 came out. I was let down by Carter 2 only because of the production. Because
No Manny?
Yeah, No Manny.
Yeah.
You could, because from my understanding, Manny had did a lot of the production, but he left Cash Money.
Yeah, for sure.
So it felt like a more East Coast type of sound.
That's fair.
But it still was a good project.
Yeah.
It felt like he was hungry.
Hustle music, all that.
All that. Carter 3 come around, and while I'm not trying to shit on Carter 3, I'm not trying to take nothing away. It did what it did.
Million first week.
A Million first week.
Yeah.
A Millie classic
big
track.
records.
He had big records on there. But when you
T-Pain.
look at it, it wasn't really structured like that. It felt like
agree.
more of mixtape opposed to those other two felt like albums. So artistic, and then when you hear him rap, it felt like more random stuff.
I agree. There is definitely a turn. A lot of people talk about Drake's turn in music
Right.
from when his thing started to sound a little differently.
Right.
Wayne's the same way. Carter 3 felt like a playlist.
Yeah, exactly.
It felt like
exactly.
a playlist. Now that's especially coming off of 1 and 2.
Right.
It definitely, me and my partners have felt like that the day it came out. Right. Now they're good records.
Yeah. Not saying they're not good.
They're good joints on there.
Yeah.
But the cohesion is not there at all.
It's not. If you go from Carter 1 and hear Carter 3,
Yeah.
it feels like two different Waynes.
It shouldn't have been called Carter 3.
At all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because the Carter felt like some serious,
Yeah.
I'm trying to take the throne type of shit, and it felt structured.
And so it was a playoff with the fucking Nino Brown joint.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
But that Carter 3 just felt like, hey, I'm a big industry rapper now.
I agree.
And it's that I'm there. That's when I got cut off from, like, I think Wayne's verses were cool, but it just felt like he just, the metaphors and similes he started having, rapping about pussy all the time, and it just
He wasn't there yet.
He
though.
wasn't. It was getting there.
Yeah, it was getting there.
It was getting there.
Because he went through a stretch where like I am not a human being and all that. Well, he was just a pussy monster, and I was like, bro,
it got bad.
it's like, come on, fam.
I lick her ice cream, she licked my ice cream cone, and all that, and he started singing. And what turned me
rock and
off
roll
was
shit.
the Lollipop. When I first heard that as the first single, I
That
said,
song
oh my
hasn't
God.
aged well.
Yeah.
Lollipop hasn't aged well.
Nah.
I'm not even gonna hold you.
Nah, it hasn't.
That song sounds dumb commercial.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how, imagine me back then on the first Carter 2, and then that was the first single.
Yeah, it worked. I mean,
It did its thing, yeah.
it's a single, so that could be hit or miss.
Yeah.
I try not to put too much weight on it because I understand that's supposed to keep the registers ringing. I get it.
Right, yeah.
And it did that.
It did.
But just as an individual song, it's like,
Yeah, nah.
that shit does not age well. That shit sounds terrible now.
Right.
With all due respect to Static Major.
Yeah. Shout out to R.I.P. to Static.
Facts.
Yeah.
But to that point, Carter 3 is definitely a collection of songs. Carter 4, I could argue, is the same thing. But I think I put Carter 3 and Carter 4 in the same basket.
Me too.
Because I think Carter 4 has really good songs, though. John with Rick Ross is crazy. The joint with John Legend, that Mega Man, that Blunt Blowing, the one with, I think he got one with T-Pain on there. Nah, them joints, them 6 foot, 7 foot, like it's joints on there. The She Will? Nah, that shit go hard.
I hated She Will.
What?
I hated She Will. I hated that as a single. It felt average. Drake didn't sound inspired. Wayne, the beat, you like the beat on there? It was dry.
That shit hard.
Carter 4, when I think about Carter 4, it was a boring album. 6 foot, 7 foot was just another rendition of a Millie.
But it was hard, though.
It was all right.
Wow.
It was straight.
Now, I will say, and I go to my quiet part out loud because he just needs to hear this.
Okay.
Wayne, Mr. Carter, legend, top 10?
Of all time?
Maybe?
He's top 10.
Okay.
He's top 10.
I ain't know if that was a stretch.
No, he's top 10.
He's going to be on some people's Mount Rushmore if you're of a certain, probably, age group.
Yeah, exactly.
Top 10, arguably.
Yeah.
Bro, but he doesn't know how to make music anymore.
Facts.
He doesn't know how to make music. I'm sorry.
Facts.
And I fuck with Wayne a long way. I take it back to the Hot Boys. I'm that old.
Yeah, me too. I remember 16-year-old Weezy.
Even younger than that.
Yeah.
He was young. And then I remember the Squad mixtapes when he first put the Squad together before there was a Young
500
Money.
Degrees.
500 Degrees. Yep. All of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I want him to do well with this next album. I know, but just let's hypothetically say he wants to do one more Carter and then he's out.
Okay.
Let's say that.
Hopefully this was the one. Prayerfully this is the one.
If he says, if I could talk to Wayne right now, I would say, bro, do one more Carter. We'll call it the last Carter.
Okay.
First of all, this is we'll make it to where you know how when the superstar retires in the NBA, they do like jersey swaps every stop. You know, it's pretty much like a send off.
Yep.
Call every producer call Hit Boy, call Alchemist. All these niggas gonna throw you there. You tell them that this is your last Carter, your last album. They're gonna open up the briefcase.
Yeah,
with the heat that's in the safe, bro.
Yeah, they would.
They're gonna give you crack. Call them. Get 14 to 16 of the best produced joints you can get. Get an executive producer to coach. Maybe it's Hit Boy, but get someone to coach you.
Yeah.
Like please, they ain't gotta write shit. But just get someone to coach you. Yeah. You cannot do it on your own. You've been out of my homeboy said this album sounded like Carter 6 sounded like he had been hanging around Skip Bayless and them too much.
Yeah.
Like too much, bro. You got the Bono joint. You got, but
I appreciate the creativity, but
what audience are you trying to reach, bro? It ain't you ain't been around niggas in a long time, and that's fine. I understand that. Yeah. But for this next album, bro, you got to get back around some niggas.
That's what Joe Budden said. They were like, "Who is he? Is he around Drake anymore? Is he around Nicki anymore?" It's like
that's another thing.
Yeah.
You want to have a sing-songy record? That's fine. Please, for Christ's sake, call Drake to help with it. Please, bro. Yeah. If you want the melodic, I'll give you the melodic joint on there. For Christ's sakes, call Drake. Call Nicki, call one of them to help with that shit. Because I don't care what your son said, you didn't write for Drake. I'm sorry.
That's what his son said.
His son was an infant when that shit was happening, bro. This nigga 8 now.
He couldn't have written for Drake.
Bro,
I mean, Wayne, just his style just ain't, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Drake is written for him, though.
Yeah, for I'm Single, that's it.
I'll take that. I'll take 12 I'm Singles over that bullshit that he just pulled out.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. Get the group back, and this is my last thing.
Okay.
Out of all, there's 6 Carters. There's not one Hot Boy feature on any of them.
And
there's not one.
Damn, not one.
There is not one.
Yeah, that's messed up. Yeah.
You have a joint on this last Carter with the Hot Boys on it. Fire! You have to have Manny do the beat. It wouldn't even be right.
Because Manny's on this album.
I mean, well, yeah, production-wise, it don't even sound like a Manny beat.
It don't. He's evolved. I mean,
I ain't mad at it, but
it didn't give you that Manny.
It didn't give me that. Like anybody could have done that. It's like a throwaway.
Yeah, it did.
Like, come on.
It did.
So that's all I'm saying. Last Carter, 14 to 16 joints, all A-list producers. Get somebody to coach you. I don't know who's going to executive produce it. Hit Boy, somebody to coach you. I say Hit Boy because he did a good job with Nas.
Yeah.
Be coachable. Let somebody coach you. Make sure the Hot Boys are featured. Make sure there's a Young Money joint on there. And I promise you, that should be fucking fire. You remember? I don't know if you remember American Gangster, Jay-Z. But the intro took the clip from the movie where Denzel was like, the white folks told me I can't do it, but I ain't. And it had Idris Elba. Like it set the tone
for what?
Just do the same thing with the fucking New Jack City. Bro, take the fierest New Jack City clip. I don't care how many times we've heard it.
Yeah.
Take the fierest New Jack City clip, have that bitch chopped up with a hard-ass beat, and set the tone. Bring it back to world building.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Stop putting your kids on the album. I know it's a proud papa moment. I respect it.
Yeah, that's why I said too. It's like I don't want to get kids.
Yeah, but it doesn't make for a good project.
No.
Just do those things and you'll have a class. He can make a classic if he follows my instructions.
I don't think he'll make a classic. Hopefully this was the last Carter. Hopefully this would be a good send off because guess what? Ain't nobody talking about it no more.
Nah, it's done.
It's done. So I think that this is out. We're done. We can move on from there.
Yeah. And we can move on to what's next.
So next, what I have on the list. So this is debatable. Okay. And I'm thinking about Cash Money. When I think of Cash Money.
Shout out to Cash Money, man. I'm repping today.
Yeah, exactly. Since we talking about Cash Money, I think this may be an unpopular opinion. I love Wayne.
Okay.
I think Wayne is dope, but I feel like Juvenile was the best artist from Cash Money.
Are you saying that because he has the best album with 400 Degrees?
What other classic album from Cash Money
during that era?
Yeah.
No, he's got the best one. No doubt about that. I don't think anybody in their right mind would.
Yeah.
400 Degrees is one of the best Southern albums. One of the best albums.
Period in hip hop.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Carters, because I'm
That's
thinking
different.
Yeah, it's different.
different.
So because I'm thinking about Cash Money, because I know Lil Wayne, you know, is the person that you would think of automatically.
Yeah.
And then we're thinking
Now.
of different, now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I think Juvenile kind of gets overlooked in the sense because he was the flagship artist at first.
Yeah, he was the oldest.
The oldest.
Yeah.
But when you go back and listen to 400 Degrees, I don't care how good Lil Wayne can spit, he wasn't as a good songmaker as Juvenile was.
That's fair. And I ran 400 Degrees back not too long ago. Make sure y'all tap in Culturalist Theory. I played Q for, she had never heard it.
Oh, okay.
So she listened to it for the first time. We did a reaction to it. So, and it still holds up. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Still holds up. But I will say, I could argue he was the best artist because he has the best album. But like the next handful of best albums are BG's though. I could argue the next 3 in line are BG.
Checkmate.
No.
Okay.
Chopping Sin in the Ghetto.
Okay.
Volume 1, Volume 2.
I got you.
So before we get to the next Juvenile album, and we did this, so we ranked Cash Money albums too.
Yeah.
400 Degrees was number 1. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But before we got to the next Juvenile, 3-4 BGs had to get passed first.
Okay. Yeah.
So that tells me if we're talking about who making the best music, I'm giving BG because his catalog is better.
Then Juvenile, so over G Code. No, what about Soldier Rag?
I like Soldier Rags though. Soldier Rags is a good album.
Soldier Rag was a good album.
But BG has 3 better than that on a slow
What
day.
are his 3?
Volume 1, All on You Volume 1, It's All on You Volume 2, and Chopping Sin in the Ghetto. Easy. I'm talking about easy. If we want to get spicy, Checkmate and G Code are neck and neck. Just off the dome.
Yeah, because G Code, yeah.
I like G Code.
G Code was pretty good.
But it followed up 400 Degrees.
Yeah,
So it's
that was
kinda like,
that was hard. That was hard.
that's-
It got overlooked. And then you had Project English, yeah.
Oh, we're not even gonna talk about
because
that.
really when you think about his albums, you think 400 Degrees all the way to Juve the Great.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, you got an argument.
You see what I'm saying?
You got an argument. Okay. But I will say there's not, and I stand on this. I'm talking about from Cash Money's whole library.
Okay.
From then to Drake and Nicki.
Okay.
I don't see an album fucking with 400 Degrees.
Are you including Drake in that?
Yes.
Crazy as fuck.
What Drake album is better than 400 Degrees?
Take Care.
Oh my God. All right. Oh my God.
If you're reading this. Views.
What the fuck?
I keep going.
Troll alert.
Okay,
alert.
Views was a stretch.
Okay.
But the first 2 though.
400 Degrees?
Man, listen, I understand the nostalgia and the history behind it.
But
I just listened to it.
But what I'm
and it's the shit. Take Care is on the same level.
What song from Take Care is fucking with High?
We going high first?
Yes, we got, bro. High is the most unique hip hop song of all time.
We going high first?
Yes. Are you serious? What Drake song is bigger than Back That Ass Up?
Oh yeah, nah, it ain't nothing bigger.
Come
than
on, what the fuck? What
All right,
are we
maybe,
talking
okay.
about?
All right, okay.
Are we with those 2 records right there? Is some of the biggest records ever in hip hop, period. Come on, man.
Back that ass up for sure.
Back that, come, bro. And High, are you serious?
But I ain't gonna lie, High was so unorthodox at first. At first it took me a minute. I had to warm up to it.
Yeah, at first, you know what High sounded like to me? I thought it was an intro. Like when how he was spitting, I thought he was talking and about to rap. I was like, when is it gonna happen?
It was different.
But after a while, you just like, damn, bro. When that comes on, doom, 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 like
that shit hard. It's hard.
That's 400.
It's a very unique.
Is the
record.
best album that came out on Cash Money Records. Period.
I mean, okay. I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
I just feel like it just can't be touched, bro.
But when we're talking the golden era of Cash Money, BG's right behind it with 3 of them. That's all I'm saying.
I got you.
Nope. Right behind it with 3 of them.
You got a point.
So Juvenile has the best record. BG's catalog is better. So that's where it gets. If you want to pick one or the other, that's a coin flip, in my opinion.
Got you. Fair enough.
Y'all let us know, man. Take 400 Degrees out. What's your second favorite Cash Money project during the heyday?
During the heyday. Okay, yeah, during the heyday. That's just for fun.
Yeah. Let us know.
So let's move on to this since we're gonna stay with New Orleans real quick. All right. So I'm About It. Is you about it?
Now listen, man.
Is you about it?
I'm about it, and rowdy.
So what people, and I've talked about this before, a lot of people like to act like Silk the Shocker wasn't one of the hottest rappers out in 1998.
Right.
They like to have amnesia. They like to act like he was off beat, all this other stuff. So CJ, we're about to settle this right now.
Okay.
I want to tell you niggas something.
Talk to him.
Silk the Shocker was one of the dopest artists on No Limit. He was one of the dopest rappers in hip hop in that year of 98.
Okay.
He was a heartthrob for the ladies.
Yeah.
All niggas was bumping him. I remember going over folks' houses and they had the CD books and you saw that Charge It to the Game.
Yeah.
It's only like 3 or 4 No Limit albums that always get talked about. When you think of No Limit, Charge It to the Game, Ghetto D,
yeah.
Those are 2 of the ones that you're gonna hear about. So for folks that say, oh, he was trash, he was that, I'm like, bro, no, like, you were rapping his lyrics.
Yeah, for sure.
When we played, like, Master P was one of the first ones to make us feel like we wanted to have a record label.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we would play in school acting like I was Master P, and we would make up our names because you open the booklets and see that other people are coming. Man, if y'all don't stop with the Silk the Shocker slander.
Yeah. The Silk slander is nasty. It's nasty work. And because every time we get that worst rappers of all time list circulating on Twitter, it'll do that once every about 8 months.
Yeah.
He's always top 3 on the list. And I listen, funny you mentioned that, because Q and I, we just reacted to Charge It to the Game.
Okay.
She had never heard it.
Okay.
So this is fresh
in
my head. Even though I call myself the No Limitologist. I know more about No Limit than probably P does. I went crazy. From 96 to 01, I bought 53 albums in a row. No Limit. So I did this. I studied this shit.
Right.
With that being said, I did do a top 10 No Limit albums list. Charge to the Game didn't make it.
Well, I mean, okay, you said,
but it's a No Limit classic.
It's a No Limit classic. That's
but
fair.
It didn't make it.
Okay, that's fair.
It's
I'm
like
just
right
saying,
on the edge.
Yeah, but it still was a popular album.
It was a very popular album. We just did the numbers. First week sales, it did like 250.
Exactly.
That's a big. When motherfuckers had to put on clothes to go buy CDs, 250 is a number.
And they did, because you know what I hate to hear, because he was P's brother.
Nah, nobody cared about this shit.
Man, no, bro.
Nobody gave a shit, bro. He had to just be straight with me with
Destiny's Child.
And then It Ain't My Fault, which was a big song.
That was
a big song.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like y'all trying to have amnesia like he wasn't one of the hottest ones out. And like I said, if it was because it was just P's brother, C Murder would have been going triple platinum.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? C Murder would have had hit records because they try to act like P gave him the special rollout or treatment.
Oh yeah, no.
Come on.
Now, I will say, Silk's style is unorthodox.
For sure.
And there are moments, because again, this is fresh in my head. I just listened to it yesterday in full. There are a moment here and there that is laughable because of the way he's jumbling words and he's trying to fit in.
True.
So he has an unorthodox style. I don't think
does.
anybody will deny that.
He does, yeah.
But he was not trash. And he can't be trash because he has a borderline, he has a No Limit classic.
Yeah, for sure.
And people fuck with that first album. That Shocker was dope. And people fuck with Made Man. Like, he's got a couple of... You can't be that whack and have more than one good body of work.
The Shocker was a good album.
Nah, it's tough.
He wasn't even rapping like that unorthodox style. He really started doing it on the second album.
I agree.
He was kind of rapping like Bone a little bit
Whoa,
on the first one.
Come on now. Everything can't go back to Bone,
The
man.
Shocker single...
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah,
that's my shit too.
That shit go hard as
shit
fuck,
hard.
bro.
That shit was hard.
I like Master P verse.
If he ripped that,
He ripped that. I love that fucking song.
No, that's that shit. But
Yeah.
no, but you can't be as whack as people make you with a good to great body of work and more than one. Because if you look at those lists, it's like Blueface.
Yeah, right.
It's
like
Magoo.
Come on, man.
Rest in peace, Magoo.
Yeah, shout out to Magoo.
But I can look at that top 10 and be like, nobody has an album better than Charge to the Game. It's not even close.
Come on, bro.
So you can't, let's stop doing that. You can't be that whack with a good to great body of work. Like,
when you say Charge to the Game, I think of Silk the Shocker.
Of course.
Just
the phrase.
Just the phrase.
Facts.
Charge to the Game. Get the fuck out.
Now, that shit was hard, bro. Y'all got to run that. I don't know when the last time y'all ran it back, but make sure y'all tap into the Culturalist Theory channel.
That was one of the most, the biggest No Limit covers at the time.
The cover was dope.
Come on, bro.
Fire, bro.
Like,
One of the most recognizable covers, bro.
For sure.
People, and I say I left it off the top 10, people killed me for it. Where's the Silk? Where's Charge to the Game? Where's the Silk? That's all the comments.
Exactly.
So maybe the hate isn't as loud as we think it is. Maybe it's just from a small minority, they're just really loud, and maybe like real ones know.
Yeah, because I'm like, bro, I remember at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was one, and it wasn't, yeah, he was Master P's brother, but Master P was getting everybody the same treatment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody had singles. Some people were hit makers, some weren't.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
So, you know.
Nah, Silk was solid, man.
Silk was solid.
We're not finna act like he the GOAT, but I'm saying he's nowhere near as bad as people try to make him out to be.
Right. So getting out of No Limit Cash Money.
Okay.
Let's talk about something else. Now, of course, the Drake and Kendrick beef is over. I mean,
We're not finna bring up. What are we doing?
What I'm saying is, I want to know and ask you, right? When should J. Cole drop the Fall Off album? The reason I'm asking this is because I feel like before the rap battle happened,
right,
he was gearing up to release it, maybe probably like late 2024.
It felt like it.
It felt like he was leading up to it.
Yeah.
Then it felt like he was trying to kind of do it again, but then GNX came out because he started doing the Nostalgic podcast, and then he put out the warm up all on DSPs and all this other stuff.
That felt like a rollout.
It felt like a rollout, but then GNX came out.
True.
And just, because we didn't know. We thought Kendrick was going to wait till at least January for the Super Bowl.
Agreed.
So now it's like, okay, Kendrick is on tour. Drake Iceman is going to drop.
It's brewing.
It's brewing. And people are waiting on that response. Where does a J. Cole fit in 2025?
That's a good point, man, because he can't sit out 2025. We're going to forget about it. We're not going to care.
After this year?
Yeah, it's going to be too long in between projects. And he did drop the single this year, too.
Clouds.
The Clouds, which I actually kind of like. I kind of like that
it was
song.
dope.
That's a cool song. It's not enough to like fall off coming. It's like, it's a nice Lucy. It's a cool little throwaway.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, did the tour end?
No.
Oh shit, it's still going.
It's still going. Plus, he's going over. Now he's about to go overseas when the summer is over. He's gonna go to Australia.
Okay, gotcha.
But
gotcha.
it's still like Kendrick is still in motion though.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because after that tour, he gonna sit down. Or at least that's typically what people do. But who knows?
Who knows at this point?
He may strike when the iron's hot. I don't know. But Cole has to do something, bro. He's got to step up. He's got to change the narrative. He's got to change the conversation back to him being dope. And I forgot who that was. Somebody not too long ago was like, I heard the Cole album. I can't remember if that was Trader True. I forgot.
Yeah, Trader True
said that.
Uh-huh.
Said it was super dope, and he's spitting and rapping, and which I don't doubt that he's rapping his ass off. That's kind of what Cole does.
Right.
But man, you have to change you've got to get that sour taste out of people's mouth.
Yeah.
And Clouds didn't do enough for that. It
didn't.
was cool. It's okay. I barely remember the name of it. If you hadn't said it, it probably took me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You've got to do something to get that sour taste out of people's mouths of the mixtape joint where you walk back the beef shit. The mixtape joint had a couple of joints on there, but no one really talk about it no more.
Because it got crushed in the moment.
Exactly.
Because of that damn diss record.
And so, I know it got nominated for the Grammy, but nobody cares.
Yeah.
He's got to drop. And then Drake talking about the Iceman. We don't know. Because Drake sometimes throws out shit and the rollout may be 6 months in advance. We don't know.
Right, but Drake more than likely going to drop in the fall. That's how it's looking.
Probably around OVO Fest.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
It would make sense. So it's like now
That's
everybody's going to be like, okay, what Drake got to say. So where does it Cole? Because we're at half of the year.
Summertime then, bro. He got to drop in the next
week?
Nah. He got to drop in the next 2 months. It ain't going to happen, but he needs to.
Yeah. Do people care now?
Yeah.
You think people
I think, especially right now, because this year's been kind of slow. Like, look how amped we are for this Clipse album.
Oh, yeah.
Like, niggas is amped for this Clipse album. Bro, and one of them don't even curse. One of them getting faith-based bars from Malice.
Right.
He's
snapping.
Let's be clear.
Come on
now. Let's
be
very clear.
Come on, don't do that. Right.
He snapped on that on the new joint.
Yeah.
He killed that.
Uh-huh.
But I'm saying...
So be it.
So be it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, and I'm in the process of writing the Clipse ranking now. The last album.
Well, what was the last one? The Rhea? No, not Rhea. Till the Casket drop?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I ain't even bothered listening to that.
Yo.
Yeah. It kept getting put on the back burner. But
that is not it.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
So that's their last body of work together.
Right.
Now, who knows? Label politics might have been some bullshit, whatever. Mm-hmm. And Pharrell is in his bag right now.
Oh, yeah.
These beats don't even really sound like him. They just sound original and fresh. So it's like, nigga.
The engineering of it sounds fresh.
All of that.
Yeah.
It's the jolt that we need in hip hop. And so I say that to say that Cole could piggyback off of that. Because it's quiet. The A-listers are sitting out for the most part. Mm-hmm. who knows who's coming? What do we have to anticipate?
He better put it out before Iceman come out.
It would be smart to do that.
Him and Drake can't put out something at the same time. Drake is gonna overshadow him, and I'm not saying because Drake's project is gonna be better. I'm just saying based off of like
The
Drake,
anticipation, is he gonna say something to Ken?
That's-
All of that shit surrounding it.
and J. Cole voluntarily tapped out of that shit. So that's what I'm saying.
And we've already heard his kind of explanation to that.
Yeah,
on
and
the
ain't
record.
nobody. Come on, bro.
We ain't trying to hear that shit no more. I agree. In the next 2 months, bro, in the next 60 days, Cole got to start ramping the rollout.
Okay.
And to be fair, I was one of the main people that thought the album was coming off that strength of the podcast and the mixtape.
Yeah.
And the podcast was fire though. I will say, if you
Yeah.
didn't tap into the podcast and you fuck with J. Cole even a little bit, man, tap into that shit because that was actually really dope.
Because it made me at the time, like I had put him on my phone because I used to listen to J. Cole every day going to college.
You would
day.
fuck with that podcast, bro.
Yeah.
You would fuck with that heavy.
Yeah, I heard some of the clips from it and
Okay.
how he was saying it took me back to that moment.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it got shitted on by Kendrick. I was listening
Yeah, it
to
got
Ice
stepped
Cube's
on.
album, and Kendrick dropped the same day, and it took me away from Ice Cube album.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So it's that GNX fucked up the game.
I guess.
Yeah, classic.
I haven't listened to it in months.
The hottest album out now. It's the highest selling album. Yeah, exactly.
Fall Off coming soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Please.
Hopefully. So let me go to this because this sparked up some controversy, and I want to talk about the game. Okay,
The rapper the game?
The rapper the game.
Okay.
So Complex put out the top LA rappers list
Top
and all
50.
this other stuff. Top 50. The game was listed at number 9.
No,
which
he was outside the top 10. He was 11.
Oh, 11. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he was 11.
R. Kelly is at 9 for
R.
R&B.
Kelly? Oh.
Yeah, for R&B. We're gonna get to that in a second. Yeah.
Where is his mind at?
No, because I'm talking about top 10
Nasty
lists.
work.
But anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah. So I felt offended by that, and I'm not even from the West Coast.
So did he.
So did he. He made his own list and stuff. But I don't want to go through the list.
Right.
But what I want to talk about is why do you think the game is overlooked as not one of the dopest rappers out? I have my answer to it in my head, but I want you to tell me why do you think the game is overlooked?
I think it's that number one is the antics. That doesn't
That's
help.
number one.
That's numero uno.
Okay.
But he's been overlooked for a while though. Like I don't think this is new.
Yeah, it's not new.
This is not a new thing.
Right.
Because he's even had to say, yo, who kept the lights on the West Coast when Snoop hung it up? It was me. But the reason being because Kendrick came around 2013, 2012.
Yep.
And people it's almost like people look at, it went Snoop. And then Kendrick. And then Game is in the middle like.
What happened? Yeah.
Like, damn. But but another thing, too, is people attribute Game's success to 50 Cent. Because Documentary is his best album. And if you let 50 tell
that's arguable. I mean, what is it?
It's a classic debut.
It's okay.
It's a classic. Like it's a classic.
Yeah.
So your classic is attached to another brand.
Got you. Yeah.
That's
fair.
So he never really got the
rub.
Yeah, he never. It wasn't just a clear cut. This is all me. This is nobody looks at 50 Get Rich or Die Trying and be like, man, that was Eminem
Right.
that
Yeah,
did that.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah, Dr.
whatever
Dre
like that.
really
Yeah,
was responsible. Nobody.
yeah.
There's no attachments.
Yeah.
Game's got attachments to his best project, or arguably.
Yeah.
Now his catalog is strong.
Ridiculous.
Game's catalog is very strong.
The Game is one of the top 5 best hip hop album makers. Album makers.
His discography is heavy.
Heavy.
It's heavy, no doubt.
Yeah.
He's got the floor is high on his project.
Exactly.
Like even his worst project is still decent,
structured.
solid.
He's the DJ Khaled of rap.
Especially now.
Yeah.
Especially now.
he
He uses a lot of features.
But he knows how to construct it.
I agree.
You get what I'm saying? He knows who to put on, and people clown him for having all those features. But when you listen to the damn album,
It works.
It always works.
It works. I think Born to Rap is extremely underrated.
Yeah. I think Documentary 2 is his best
That
album.
shit fire.
Both discs.
This 2.5 fire.
My good man.
Yeah, that shit go.
But
Game is dope.
So the 2.5 that was West Coast. I thought you don't like
And
West
I
Coast.
did fuck with that. I did rock with that album for whatever reason. 2 and 2.5 worked for me. I do. And
because I didn't think that you would like West Coast.
I agree. It
beats.
worked though.
Okay.
That one for whatever reason, because I'm a big Game fan.
Yeah. Okay.
But he is overlooked, and to me, those are the two biggest reasons. He's tied to 50 Cent, and the antics. People just kind of over that shit.
My question: how many hit records does Game have?
Oh, that's big. That just him? Or are we counting like this is how we do?
Yes, that
okay.
too. How many?
This
hits?
is how we do. Hate it or love it. Dreams. Are you counting Dreams? Dreams. With the Kanye joint. Okay, that's a possible.
You just add
okay.
3.
And then One Blood. The one with him and Drake. 100.
That wasn't a hit.
Yeah, I see this shit.
That's not a hit.
Y'all hear this shit?
That wasn't a hit.
Y'all hear this shit?
It was a good song.
I'm gonna look up the chart.
But you just proved my point though. You see, you
5.
named 4. No, but you named 4 in what year? You named 4 on one album. No. Hold on. You named 3 on one album.
Facts.
You named 1 on the other album.
On the following album.
And then you went all the way to 10 years after that to Drake.
That's true. Yeah, right. No.
What I'm saying is,
I see where you're going. That's fair.
he's not remembered because he's not revered as a hit maker. A lot of times, if you have, I'm not saying you have every album has to have a hit, right? Game, when you think of like, because I was thinking like if the Game came to Atlanta and I was gonna go to his show, what songs do I expect to hear there? You know what I'm saying? Now listen, I'm a Game fan.
So yeah, he could do B-side. You'll be tapped in.
I would tapped in the B-sides,
but generally speaking, what's his verses lineup?
That's
if he had to pick a 20-piece verses, what
would he do? Yeah, because most of the songs I even love from him aren't the singles, and people be like, okay, I never heard this.
Yeah.
But that whole documentary 2 and 2.5,
I like that 1992 album.
1992 was dope as
Fire.
hell. So, but what I'm saying is, he's not known for that.
That's true.
Because he's not a hit maker.
He's not a hit maker.
He can put together great albums, but when you think of his hits, the automatic thing is the ones with 50 on it.
That's true. Nah, that's true. Now I will say, here's the rebuttal to that.
Okay.
Prior to last year, is Kendrick known as a hit maker?
Yes.
Really?
He's had a hit off of every album except Mr. Morale. Good Kid, Mad City, damn near most of those songs were either, if they weren't like Billboard hits, you had Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, you had Mad City, you had Swimming Pools, you had,
Got you.
know what I'm saying? Money Trees. Come on, bro.
I mean, I know that's not a hit, but that's like a...
That's, come on.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And then To Pimp a Butterfly.
To Pimp a Butterfly had
All right.
Black of the Bear.
I and We Gonna Be All Right.
Oh, you're right.
You see what I'm saying?
You're right.
Kendrick has hits.
No, you're right. That's fair.
Period.
Okay, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's more than Game already.
Wait. And now, if you want to put some sauce on it, add G in that.
Yeah, then it's over with.
Yeah. So.
Okay, now that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Game, the hits, they're not there. They ain't got the hits. Mm-hmm. He got banger, and he got good records.
Oh my God, great records.
But he ain't got the hits.
That's
a good point. So it really is all three of them.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
And one even like Pot of Gold with Chris Brown, that was it was on the radio, but it wasn't a hit. My Life with Lil Wayne. That was a dope song.
That shit hard.
But it's not
that shit is
a hit.
Hard. That's when Wayne was in his bag on the hooks.
On the hooks.
That's when Wayne was killing shit.
Oh my God. But I think that he's not a good hit maker, and most people attribute, you think automatically the documentary.
Agreed.
They say that's
20
the best
years
album.
ago.
Right. That wasn't his best album to me, personally. I like Doctor's Advocate more than the documentary.
Man, you know what's crazy? So I did a ranking of the Game's albums on Culture Theory. I checked it out.
Yep.
I had that low. I had Doctor's Advocate low. And motherfuckers roasted me.
You had it low?
Roasted me.
You put documentary over Doctor's Advocate?
Documentary's number one. Easy.
I like documentary. I put documentary 2 over documentary, and then I put Doctor's Advocate over documentary 2. I like documentary, but that felt more so like a Dr. Dre and 50 Cent project to me.
I mean, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
I felt like it was 100%. Right, it's produced like a motherfucker.
to death.
I felt like Doctor's Advocate was like Game.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? His other albums felt like Game. That felt like a 50 Cent and Dr. Dre project made for the Game.
And to be fair, Game needs his flowers, number one.
Yeah, he does.
Because he needs props, because people thought it was a rap when he left 50 and Dre.
And he ran that shit up.
And he's still going. Again, he may not have had the hits to go along with it, but you can't say them albums don't slap, though.
He's still relevant. When he drops, people still go and listen to it. Like when Game drops, he's not relevant.
What you saying like numbers?
No, not numbers wise.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
not numbers wise.
But
when he
the culture cares.
Yeah, the culture cares.
Okay.
He works with relevant people.
Yeah, that's fair. No, you're
like
right.
the last one, he had an NBA YoungBoy feature.
Yeah, until it got took off.
But he put it back on there without YoungBoy and added a verse.
He added a new verse.
DJ Paul did that beat. That shit was fire.
It'd be hard though.
Oh my God, nigga, I gotta add that to my gym playlist. Hard. You a op, nigga. Oh my God.
Hard.
And the way he was flowing, and he went harder on the second verse because YoungBoy was off.
The flow he used on that was tough.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's our take on the game. Y'all let us know in the comment section what you think about that.
Yeah, what is it with the game? Why does he not get the same respect as Kendrick, Snoop, all the West Coast cats? Shit, hell, even YG. I feel like YG even kind of slick.
He got more hits than Game.
Yeah, left, right. Who do you love? Yeah, I'm with you.
Tooted and Booted if you want to go that far.
When he first came out, yeah, those are bigger records.
Yeah, shout out to Game though.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I don't know if you've seen this today, but R. Kelly got listed as number 9 on the greatest R&B singers of all time.
Billboard Top 50.
Billboard Top 50, and people were going nuts over it.
As they should have.
Now, I saw the list. Now let's see who's above R.
Also,
Kelly.
they completed the whole list.
Yeah,
now?
they got the whole list.
Okay.
I'm not gonna read the whole list. I'm just gonna go
do top 10.
Top 10.
If you could pull up
10.
top 10.
All right, so let me get this shit going. So that's one. All right, so number 10, we got Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
Number 9, they have R. Kelly. Number 8, they have Mariah Carey. Number 7, they have Prince.
Okay.
Number 6, they have the legendary James Brown, the most sampled man in hip hop.
Okay.
They have number 5, Whitney Houston. Number 4, they have Beyonce. Number 3, they have Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Number 2, they have Aretha Franklin. And number 1, they have Stevie Wonder.
Now this is what I like to do around this time.
Okay.
Anytime we get a list, I have to pull up the criteria.
Okay.
That will help me determine if they got this right or not. So, the criteria was vocal prowess, body of work, career longevity, industry achievements, game-changing influence, and enduring generational/cultural impact.
Beyonce shouldn't be number 4.
She literally checks off all of those boxes.
She's not above R. Kelly.
No, I'm not. Now here's my thing. Because I only knew about R. Kelly being 9. I didn't know the top. I didn't know who was above.
Yeah.
There are no slouches above him. Let's be extremely clear.
For sure.
There's not one. Those are all household.
They heavy
hitters.
They heavy.
Now we all know the allegations did not help R. Kelly in this list. In any list.
Absolutely.
We know it's almost impossible to ignore that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if you a brand like Billboard, Rolling Stone, all those. You gotta be PC a little bit.
Yeah.
So in real life, 9 is low. Because he's writing and he's producing.
Wrote for Michael Jackson.
And he wrote for other people. He fucked around and wrote for half the people in front of him.
He did Trapped in the Closet. The man had more range as far as like content.
Yeah, no, dude is a musical fucking genius.
And
and he's got the catalog.
Right. And the catalog. I'm not mad at the list. Once I read it, I'm like, okay, Aretha Franklin,
some big dogs,
Stevie Wonder.
See, I don't know Aretha Franklin's catalog. I can't think of the album.
This thing back in Aretha Franklin and James Brown's days. That's when albums weren't really albums. They were collections of songs. It's funny, like back then.
That's true.
Like even I think I could be wrong, but I think not until like Marvin Gaye came around, people started really just locking in on albums.
Full body.
Before that, if you look, you know how we looking at billboards and see Drake's catalog and shit like that. Aretha Franklin didn't care about albums. It was about hits.
Gotcha.
And then
big
you put,
records.
yeah, just big records. Like that's why Temptation had like 8 albums,
Gotcha.
all in 2 years because
Gotcha.
Temptation's Christmas, Temptation this, it was like strike the iron while it's hot.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't really go with catalog. They wasn't giving a fuck about going platinum and shit back then. It was more about hits and doing shows and stuff. So the game was different. Aretha Franklin, she's a queen mother. You know what I'm saying? So
without question.
But to have R. Kelly there, I think it's the allegations. I would put R. Kelly above Beyonce.
So read off where are you stopping? Who's one?
Stevie Wonder.
So you keep it.
I'm not mad at Stevie Wonder being number 1. Now, am I?
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's before our time.
That's before my time.
But we know let's be clear. Before somebody says something stupid in the comments.
Right.
We know Stevie Wonder is Stevie Wonder.
Legend.
Stop.
Icon.
But nigga, I wasn't at the store buying this shit. Bro.
Exactly.
I wasn't even thought of.
You got to think about generations and stuff like that and what my mama listened to because she loved Stevie Wonder.
Of course.
But she loved R. Kelly too.
Of course.
And that's somebody we both love. I can't say the same of someone who maybe like R. Kelly reached hip hop, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
He reached different ranges. To me, on J. Red's list, R. Kelly's number 1.
Okay.
To me. Mariah's in my top 5.
Okay.
Is
Stevie in your top 5?
No.
Okay. All right.
But legend.
Yeah, no,
I don't want to get crushed.
Yeah,
I don't
we
want to
get
get crushed. Whitney Houston, legend. She don't have the catalog though. Album wise,
I don't know. Well, I mean, I can't sit here and reel off the Whitney albums like that.
That's my point.
Other than the first or second one, they got joints, but
That's
I know
it.
the greatest hit. I know the hits.
Yes, but I'm saying her hits
Yeah.
are more powerful than most people's catalogs.
For sure.
But Mariah Carey has a better catalog.
Mariah Carey got hits. Too.
Mariah Carey got hits.
If y'all look up Mariah, how many number 1s Mariah Carey got?
She's the queen of number 1. I don't think nobody got more number 1 female singer.
She got
at
some
least
big ass.
Beyonce. Now listen, Beyonce is great.
You about to be disrespectful.
She shouldn't. I mean, above R. Kelly. That's my gripe. I'm like,
okay, so it's really just that.
Yeah, because I'm not saying she can't be in the top 10, but
Okay.
where's her Thriller? Where's her Purple Rain?
People say that's Lemonade.
Who?
People.
I've never heard that. I've heard people say Take Care, even though I don't agree with it for Drake.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Right?
Yeah.
I haven't heard. Now, this is the thing. It's a different, like Chris Brown don't have a classic album to me, but Chris Brown is also one of a kind. He's an anomaly.
Chris Brown's first album, you could argue, is a classic. You could argue that.
People may, I don't.
That's arguable.
Okay.
Do we know where he was on this list?
I don't know.
He not top 15.
Nah, he's not top 15. I don't think he's top 20, to be honest. Of all time.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're talking 60s, 70s, 80s,
No,
90s.
he's not. He may be in the top 50.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Chris Brown is 26.
I'm not going to debate that.
He's above Shaka Khan. He's above Erykah Badu and Diana Ross.
I'm not mad at that.
And Gladys Knight. Again, those are listen, man. This is almost like comparing NBA players of today to like niggas in the 70s and 80s. Like, bro, you can't.
Yeah, you can't really do that.
The game is different.
That's what I'm saying. You can't, like, people have their own league of how they do things. Shout out to my homeboy Coop the Trill. We was talking about this, like how OG rappers should have their own category.
I agree.
Why the fuck is Eminem being compared to NBA Youngboy
that's
on the charts? If because LL Cool J dropped the album last year.
Yeah,
dope, right?
Yeah.
Because Q-Tip produced the whole thing.
Yeah, it was fire.
Niggas was like, 20,000 records first week. That ain't. I'm like, bro, look, the people who listen to LL on the regular probably still listen to CDs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They probably don't. Everybody don't have a streaming platform.
They probably listen to tapes.
That's right. For what we know, those are like 50, 60 years old. So I hate when people try to be like, oh, how many streaming numbers do you have versus, like, for example, when I'm a Bone fan. When Bone was beefing with the Migos, right?
Right.
Well, Lazy was beefing with the Migos. WAC 100 jumped in and was like, let's look at the Spotify numbers, right? They have monthly Spotify listeners more than Bone has. And I'm like, you idiot. Nigga, do you know how many records they sold more than Migos?
Yeah, that was.
I'm quite sure if Twitter and all that shit was out back then.
That was stupid.
It was stupid. So I don't like comparing.
Comparing eras, man, especially when it comes to numbers, is a lost cause.
It's a lost cause.
That's silly, bro.
Yeah.
And that was when Migos was hot as fish grease.
Yes, of course. Like,
So obviously, right then in the moment, yes, if you check the charts, it's gonna look crazy.
Yeah.
But that was silly.
Yeah.
But the list again, this is why these lists exist. This is why, you know, it's debatable.
Yeah.
But R. Kelly is obviously like male. Who was a male higher than him? It was Stevie. And James. You got James
and Michael
Brown
Jackson. Do I got James Brown over R. Kelly?
See, that's where I would be like, nah, bro.
Yeah, because come on, man. When we talk
And
about
James Brown is shit, but bro, come on.
Yeah, no,
bro.
I can't put him above R. Kelly.
But again, I'm an '80s baby, dog. So like, what do I know?
Yeah, exactly. Because somebody be like, boy, back in my day, like Frankie Lyman back then, he was what Michael Jackson was in the '50s.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So it's different. It's, man, people are talking. Speaking of LL, when LL was out, I'm talking about like out.
Yeah,
like, come on.
he was rap's first superstar.
That's what I'm. So, and I wasn't outside for that impact.
Exactly.
So I can't. It's hard for me to sit here and say James Brown is. I know it's James fucking Brown.
Right.
But I wasn't outside for I wasn't alive for the impact.
Yeah, for the impact. We're closer because the reason we can talk about hip hop is because hip hop is still relatively young.
You bingo.
So it's a difference. Like, we were born in the '80s. That's when hip hop was really
ascending.
selling records and stuff like that. So we can compare.
Facts.
But R&B, nigga, James Brown was hiding what, the 50s, 60s?
Bro,
like, so yeah. But
they
anyway,
got biopics after these niggas, bro.
yeah,
Like,
come
that's
on,
how
man.
you know.
Like, come on, bro. So yeah, but R. Kelly is too low. Despite what he's done, all that, I think he should be higher.
Including all time, where should R. Kelly be? All time,
All
y'all.
time,
Don't
yeah.
just all time.
All
Put some
time.
respect on the elders too.
Yeah.
Where should he be?
Yeah. Last thing before we get to our hate mail, I
Let's
want to
get to
cover the Bone and 3-6 concert.
Okay.
Bone and Bone Thugs and Harmony and 3-6 Mafia are going on tour.
Yes.
The tour is about to kick off, I think, in September. I got my tickets
August.
already. August. Okay, August.
Yeah.
I'm going in September. So Bone, 3-6, Tech 9, and DJ Quick. I'm not excited.
Nasty opening act.
Yeah, but DJ Quick, no, but Tech 9 is in that.
That's fair.
That realm.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm not gonna say like I'm there for him. You know who should have replaced him?
Talk to me.
Twister.
Ooh.
If Bone, 3-6, and Twister,
Ooh.
and then you give me, I don't know who else I would put right
just
here.
somebody.
Just somebody.
It could be, I don't fucking know. It can do or die, nigga. I don't fucking know.
Right. Now, I have seen Bone and Twister in the same show, though.
Oh, that's dope.
This when A3C was in Atlanta some years ago. They did the class of '96 or whatever. We didn't know Twister was gonna be there.
Oh, that's hard.
He just pulled up and started. I was like, "Fuck!" And we were like, "Nigga, Bone and Twister the same night."
Twister would have been hard. Twister should have been on there instead of Tech 9.
Yeah.
But Tech 9 has a huge following.
Huge.
Let's be clear. His independent game is stupid.
That's what I'm saying. I can't.
So
be
yeah,
mad
he
at
gonna
it.
bring people out.
Yeah, he gonna bring people out. Period.
Yeah. I'm coming late if I go, but
Yeah.
yes.
But I think it's gonna be a dope tour. All 5 Bone members are gonna be on.
I like how they clarified that on the.
Yeah, they had to
on the
'cause,
promo.
You know how busy be. But yeah,
You know how Flesh. Well,
No,
that's
hell
true.
nah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
now
you know how
busy replaced Flesh.
True.
As
the wild card.
Yeah. So no, I'm excited about it, man. I think that it's like 5 years late because they should have did that shit after the Versus battle. But better late than never. They're gonna be at amphitheaters now.
Listen, man. Listen, I'm washed up, y'all. Outside? Nah.
You can't do outside?
Bro, I'm gonna hold up. Be out there sniffling, sneezing.
I
and
love
some more shit.
Amphitheaters be having the best concerts, bro.
And what am I sitting on grass?
No. You could if you wanted to, no, but they have seats.
Oh, they got seats?
You don't get out that much, huh?
In the hell no.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what the best venue to go to here in the Atlanta metro area too? You need to go Mabel House Amphitheater.
Okay.
It's BYOB, like the best concerts I've been to, point blank period, have been there.
And this one's in Alpharetta.
This one's gonna be Alpharetta.
Yeah. Okay.
But the Mabel House Amphitheater, that's in Mableton. They be having real good shows. It's a more intimate vibe, but the
That's
one
fire.
in Alpharetta, I haven't been. This is gonna be my first time going to Alpharetta, and it's gonna be crazy because that weekend.
For the record, Alpharetta is about 25 minutes outside of Atlanta. It's north of Atlanta. It's a affluent neighborhood. Okay, go ahead.
Right. But it's gonna be crazy because I'm seeing the Where the Party At tour. I'm gonna see Nelly and Ja Rule and Chingy in them.
I'm going to see Nelly and Ja Rule and Chingy in them.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's gonna be Friday. That Saturday is gonna be Drew Hill and Joe, and then that Sunday is gonna be Bone and 3-6.
You're gonna be hoarse.
Yeah,
by the end of the week.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's dope. Me and my fiance, we gonna go and have a real good time. But yeah, so are you gonna go to the Bone and 3-6 tour? That's not a tour you would want to go to.
You know what? To be honest, that's probably one that if I didn't go to, I'd regret.
Okay.
And I'd be like, knowing me, I'm being, old man, get off my line right now.
Yeah.
But I know that when that shit passes, I'm gonna be like,
you were like, damn,
man, why the fuck I ain't go to that shit?
All 5 Bone members. I mean, it ain't really that many 3-6 members left.
Yeah, that sucks.
That sucks, but no, that because the beef, it's just the solidarity between them.
It's dope. Listen, I grew up a huge fan of both of them. I'm a really big 3-6 fan.
Absolutely.
Like Hypnotized Minds, I fucked with all of that shit. So it's dope, man. I just don't want to do outside.
But
man.
it's gonna be at night though.
Oh, word?
Yes.
Oh,
it ain't gonna be during the day.
Hey man, motherfuckers listen, that sun
on 10. It be hot.
Yeah,
right?
listen,
but it's gonna be in September. It's gonna kind of cool up a little bit, maybe.
I might look into that.
The merch, I can't wait to cop the merch though, because the flyer looks dope as hell.
That merch might be hard.
Yeah.
That merch might be hard.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to.
You know what? I might get out there. You might see me out there, maybe.
For nostalgic purposes.
For nostalgia, and it's never gonna happen again.
Nope.
So.
Yeah. So you definitely got to check.
That's
this out.
fair.
Yeah.
I might wear I got my 3-6 Chapter 2 World Domination shirt.
Yeah. I'm gonna wear my Bone gear and then get some merch. I have to get merch.
Yeah. The merch gonna be fire out there.
Those are the 2 most influential rap groups of all time.
Groups?
Yep. Compared to, I'm talking about for today.
Oh, yes. Okay, because, you're right. Because Bone's flow and 3-6
production.
Not facts.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
All in one show, I have to go.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I have to go.
I'm going to get there late because respect to DJ Quick, I'm late to that. And I'm dumb late to Tech 9.
I don't know. I respect Tech. I can't name you a Tech 9 song.
I'm going to be across the street eating. We're going to be eating dinner while Tech 9 them on stage.
Yeah, I'm cool off of that.
And then when he get off, we can walk into the amphitheater.
Yeah. Shout out to Tech 9 though. Man, I wish Twister was going to be there.
That's hard.
That would have been hard as hell.
Twister would have been hard.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
But now I can take a nap. I'll be nice and refreshed. I get there late.
Yeah.
DJ Quick will be coming off stage, and I'll be walking in the building.
Yeah. So we're gonna check that out. Y'all make sure that you copy your tickets for that. The last one we're gonna do is our hate mail, and I'm only gonna read a couple.
Okay.
All right. So this was actually from our Nori Drink Champs, where we said that he, is horrible.
Yes.
Shout out to the Myth Videos. He says you're over talking and talking over one another. Who gave y'all a anyway? So he's right.
I see what he did there.
I see what he did. He's like, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Y'all got it.
Actually, I kind of like that comment. That was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, come on now. It's Nori.
Yeah.
Nori. We got so much. Finally, somebody said it.
We did. It was kind of mixed. It was more finally somebody said it than this. But the haters had, they were funny as hell.
They came outside.
So shout out to what is it? Migget 6'4". I'm sorry, Migget 6'4".
Okay.
We all know that, but we still watch. Try and get your little views up another way.
Ooh, okay, Migget 6'4".
And this goes another one. Mr. Luke 9980. He said, when you guys get more relevant, then discuss how another grown man does his podcast.
I love when people try to throw numbers and let that be the reason why what you said or didn't say is applicable or not. Fam, what are you talking about, dog? I don't give a damn if you got 1 or 1,000,001 followers. If you say some real shit, see, that's the type of person that'll listen to something somebody said and believe it just because they got a lot of followers.
Right. Because the thing is,
and it'd be some dumb shit.
Because they'll say more relevant, but I'm like, nigga, you're commenting on the video that has thousands of views. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds of comments.
What's the barometer then, man?
Right.
You tell me.
Because it's like, okay, you're talking, because the first thing they say is, look at your followers, look at that, look at that. And I'm like, well, nigga, yeah, we just started in April.
We on episode 3,
We on episode 3.
Appreciate y'all tapping in. We're on episode 3.
Right. So what are we supposed to do? Oh, that's supposed to hurt my feelings? Well, y'all need to be more relevant. Nigga, you're here talking to me. Then they have the nerve to say, yeah, because, I'll go back and folks. He was like, this is even worse that you're showing that this is making you feel a certain type of way, that you're commenting back. I'm like, no, nigga, it's called engaging.
That's it.
That's all that it is.
That's
but you
all.
Niggas, listen, the views, it don't bother us.
No.
We both have monetized channels.
Facts.
Just to let you know. You know what I'm saying? We combine forces because we're going to get a bag.
And it's the truth.
Yeah, and it's the truth.
So I sleep easy at night.
Yeah, it is what it is. Or else your ass wouldn't be commenting. That's that. Just 2 more. This is going at CJ because of his comments about Pac not having a good verse, a mid verse on Bone Thugs and Harmony's Thug Love.
Yes.
Shout out to 1972 WDB7. What is your contribution to our culture?
Culturalist theory. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. We do rankings, lists, and countdowns for iconic hip hop and R&B artists from the 90s to now.
All right. One more comment. Andy1181-I3M. He says, if I was able to give you 100 thumbs down, I'd literally take time to do it. And he's talking about you.
You need a hobby. Andy needs a hobby, man. I know it's Pac, and I know people, it's a sensitive subject. You can add those fans to Eminem fans, Nicki fans,
Yes.
Drake fans.
Yes.
You can add them to the legions of people who are delusional when
Right.
it comes to their favorite rapper. I get it, but that verse was mid. For a Pac verse. Sorry.
I don't think so.
If y'all don't know what we're talking about, y'all make sure y'all check that clip. It's in the channel.
It's in the channel. But yeah, man, those are all the hate mail comments that we have. We've had a very lengthy but productive, great conversation, as always. We're going to have merch the next time that you do see us.
Hey.
All right, that's coming. So make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/who gave you a podcast.
Yes.
You make sure that you subscribe. Shout out to our new subscribers because they were going up and they're only going to continue to go up. Y'all help us get to 1,000.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I think we can get to 1,000
Soon.
very soon. The more that we put this out, and we're going to be doing this more consistently.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So thank you, everybody.
Where you at on socials, man?
Socials. You can follow us on Instagram at Who Gave You a Pod.
There you go.
Who Gave You a Pod. You can follow me on Instagram at JAYR3D. Where do we follow you?
Man. Holla at your boy Animal_Brown on Instagram and Twitter.
And you know what it is, man. That's all she wrote. So we will see y'all again on episode 4 of Who Gave You a Podcast.
Peace.